Good. Ah, yep. Make sure that's on there. Make sure that's on there. So this morning, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about branding. And matter of fact, look at this. There's my stickers. There's two of them. And just to make it, there's my brand. Unfortunately, that's really not my brand. Those are elements of my brand. I will try to answer some questions along the way. Please start your questions with QQQ. And I'm trying to get an add on into my live stream so I can search questions easier. But right now I have to scroll through them. I do have something figured out today that I'm pretty happy about. And I'm going to use this during the during the live stream. And whoops, didn't do that right. Hang on a second. Uh, let's see. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Well, look at that. Simply Debbie Sue. I'm going to use her channel as an example of branding and a few other channels. But every software program that you use, whether it's Ecamm Live, StreamYard, or I'm using Riverside, I tried Ecamm. Man, it's a great program designed for the Mac, and I'm on the Mac. But man, there were so many options. I got lost in it. There's a couple of things at StreamYard that I really don't like that well, but I'm going to stick with it for a while now anyway. But I finally took the time. I spent all week learning how to do screen shares and the secret to doing screen shares. Oh, my word. But today I want to talk about branding all the way back in the late 80s and early 90s. I owned a PR firm. I had two divisions. The global division, my associate rather, was in England, and we did online community management for CompuServe, Netscape, and AOL. But locally here in Orange County, California, I had my own PR firm, and I work exclusively with law firms and attorneys. Man, do they need PR. This is in the days before the social media and the internet. So, other than text messages and email and stuff. So basically, oh, well, they had websites. We got into that a little bit, but it was mostly print media, television, and whatever. But I want to talk about branding. I'm going to mention this book today. I'll quote from it a couple of times. This is a 90-day brand plan. And by the way, I've already included in the description. So when this goes live, you'll have links to a couple of the videos that I'm going to feature. I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan of how to get a magnetic brand for your plan, and I'm going to show you how I did it and how I used it. It was pretty effective and pretty fun. But Dane Walker, the author of this book, he uses a cool thing. It's a a metaphor or an illustration of throwing wood on a fire. He describes you're out in the forest and you start a fire, and you have a lot of people out in the woods, and so they begin to come around your fire and find warmth. And you have to keep putting logs on that fire. And he turns that into a metaphor for building a personal brand. Let me read a couple of quotes out of it that I thought were pretty interesting. Make sure I'm not. Yep, good. Okay. Nobody's saying that they can't hear me. Whether you're aware of it or not, we all have a personal brand. Now, I'm going to use Larry from Retirement Survival in this video. I cannot believe how many gurus are talking about Larry all of a sudden because of his dramatic growth and the fact that he doesn't use any of the guru advice. Man, I love it. But very few. I haven't found any of the ones I've watched. They're all they can't figure out why he's so successful. I know why he's successful. It's because of his personal brand, and I'm going to tell you exactly why he's successful, and why it makes a difference. So Dane Walker in his book, he lists a bunch of people. Walt Disney is one of them. He says Disneyland ended up going from Walt Disney's mind to an actual reality in just 366 days. It's now known as the happiest place on earth. And would you believe it? I worked at Disneyland. That's right, in Anaheim, California. In 63, 64. I started off working for Carnation Gardens. They had the plaza there next to the castle, and my job was scooping ice cream. And I scooped ice cream for Vincent Price, Anne Margaret. You can't believe all the people that like ice cream. It was a kick, man. But then I got hired by Walter Elias Disney. That's the corporation. And then I was working. I went from scooping ice cream to scooping poop. That's right. I was on Main Street scooping up the horse bucky. One of my favorite stories. Oh, my word. I love it. So let me check over here just for a moment, see what's going on. It's so nice to see so many Grandpa Chucks. I like Grandpa Chuck. Let's see. How do I get these on the screen? There we go. Doesn't show. Okay. I made it today. Grandpa Chuck, all right. Cool, man. So glad you're here. And of course, there's Simply Debbie Sue. I've already mentioned her. I got a few people in here already. So how come my name is old? Well, how did that happen? Oh, my word. Yeah. I bought a Gurdick lavalier mic and can't get the darn thing to work at all. Any suggestions? I don't know. I can't tell you how many times I buy electronic products and they don't work. Usually they have a support online. The stuff they send out in the box is almost useless. I don't know if any of the rest of you have found that out. Forget reading those, but I usually go to the support site and take a look at it. Over the years, trial and error, man. If it doesn't work in this setting, just stick it into something. I may try to verify that it's working. So yeah, though it's very difficult. I got to tell you. Nice group coming in here. Nice group. Hello, Mike and Chet. Rhonda Hensley. Hey, Rhonda, how are you doing? So let me go over here to, let me talk about a couple of things to start off. Let me double check my notes. I actually took notes. I never do anything without my AI voice recorder and my journal. And I got links to that down in the description if you want them. So let's see. I'm going to save that a little bit to later. Okay, I'm on track. Let's go over and take a look at Larry's channel for a moment. Where did it go? Here it is. Retirement survival. This guy, I saw his very first video when it came out. Absolutely loved the video. And guy was sitting in his car. All the gurus, everybody's talking about Larry. They're talking about, that he's got his picture here. He doesn't really have a channel banner. They always make a big deal out of the fact that his thumbnails. Look at his thumbnails. His thumbnails are not fancy. A lot of people have taken exception to his titles. They're not really necessarily browse worthy or curiosity worthy. I mean, he's there. But I'll tell you why Larry is doing so well. It's part of a personal brand that is so absolutely important. And one of the guys I'm going to talk about today makes this as a point. Dan Priestley, I like Dan a lot. Uh, Larry's success with all the AI, and I hope you saw my video from yesterday or from Saturday rather about how AI scam is taking over YouTube with old people and whatever. So here's going to be the distinction for you and I going forward with our own personal brand. Here it is. AI can maybe replace your face. It can even replace your voice. It cannot replace your lived experience. Somebody said the other day, Mike, you're always repeating yourself. Well, at 82, I got to do that to make sure I know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to say it again. AI cannot replicate or replace your lived experience. That is so critical. I think that is so important. And I'll tell you why, in my opinion, as I look at Larry's channel here, and you can take any one of his videos. Here he is with his wife. She's a sweetheart. And look, Larry's pretty much the same in every video. He's with his wife, he's in his van, or he's out on the back porch or in a park somewhere. But Larry hits several key things in sharing his lived experience. Every one of his videos that I've watched, and I've watched almost all of them, there's a lesson, there's a point. As so many people that comment on my channel, I look at everybody's channel that makes a comment that's got a channel. I usually, look at one or two videos quickly. Uh, a lot of people are telling stories or sharing things, but they're not sharing something that is meaningful and instructive or inspirational. I mean, yeah, it's inspirational walking around your garden, Diane's garden. I love her channel. But she stops and takes time to describe the different flowers and exactly what she's doing. And when she's telling stories and sharing things, she's doing it in such a way that the story is a lesson. That's the point I want to make. The story is a lesson. And I think for Larry, that's what he's doing. His story is a lesson, and it's very powerful. Another guy I really like. Let's see, where did he go here? Got to get my glasses off now. Here's one of my new friends. Pop's Wisdom Talk. Maybe he's in the chat already. I don't know. But Pops is cool, man. He's a cigar smoking Christian who sits usually on his back porch and he just rambles. He does a lot of shorts. I'm not big on shorts, but he does a lot of shorts. But look at, he's gone into doing some AI thumbnails. Oh my word. I haven't seen this video yet. Most of these are just simple, but here he is. He's sitting in the back at the pool. He's just got his hat on. And he's the real deal. And if you listen to any of his videos, the stories and what he shares, they all have a lesson. They have something that I can take away, something that is meaningful, and all of that creates a personal brand. So Pop, he's got a banner now. A lot of people talk about making a personal brand. You got to have a certain kind of banner and all of that. Yeah, I think that's important. He makes it real clear up front. I think the other thing that's important on branding is your description. If you don't have a really good description, it's really hard to have have a good brand. Pop says, pull up a chair and join Pop on the porch for real conversation about real life, real faith, life faith. Can't read this morning. And the lessons learned along the road. After 52 years of marriage and a lifetime experience, he goes on and he does a good job of sharing all of these things. Now, on my channel, my main whoops, that didn't go. Hang on a second. I'm still learning screen share. Not quite there. There we go. So on my channel, in my banner, I have my theme. You know my theme. If you ain't dead, you ain't done, man. That's my theme. Uh, this is my branded logo, which I had a professional do that for me. It's one of my stickers. And of course, so I've got a where did it go? Is it still? It's not in here. But I've got a merch shop. You can buy all that junk there. That's all part of a branding strategy. But I think again, for me, this was really important. I help people in the fourth quarter of life to live better. That's what I want to do. It isn't necessarily that I want everybody to start a YouTube channel. I just want everybody that's between 70 and 90 to live better, create meaningful work without hustle and burnout. Now I had AI help me with some of this, um, but but I think the your channel description is really important. If you don't have a meaningful, curiosity driven, promise driven uh, description, then that works against your brand. Now you can see one of the things I've done in branding is all of my thumbnails. I've got my face in them. I think that's really important, at least for me. It establishes something that people are always going to come back to, and so those are all superficial issues regarding brand. Now, let me go over here and take a moment. Hey, Pops, I just talking about you, buddy. Oh, my word. Pops Wisdom Talk. Are your ears burning, man? I love it. Oh, gee. Yeah, somebody watched Mike, you're awesome. The real deal. Yeah, I'm the real deal, all right. Oh, brother. Mike's Retirement. Here's another great channel, Mike's Retirement Corner. I tell you, this guy is so good. Again, his channel isn't fancy, but I love watching him, and I love what he's doing. There's a couple of ways to look at your personal brand. You are your brand. Let me go back here to make the point about um, Larry before I get off my too far off, and then I'll come back. I'll check the where did it go? Here it is. Um, so the point that I want to make here, no banner, none of these things are working, and all the people are wondering why in the world is Larry so successful. It's his personality. It's Larry. That's why it's successful. AI can't replace it. These are Larry's stories. Larry is his personal brand. And I know you've heard that from other gurus that you are your brand. And I subscribe to that. There are brand elements that we can add to things, but the fact is, we are our brand. That means that I need to think a little bit about some basics. I think with Larry, he's got his camera down is basic. He's got about 3 or 4 locations he films in. I think that's good, and he gets himself in the center of the screen. He's just got a comforting voice. I think that helps too. I know a lot of people say my voice is comforting. Remember, I've got one video about the lady that turns my videos on when she's giving her chickens a bath because I put them all to sleep. I love that. It cracked me up. Oh, my word. Who knows who's watching your video and what they're getting out of it? They're putting people to sleep, I don't know. Oh, but I think that's why he's successful. Yeah, he's making a lot of money, but if you listen to any of his videos, that was not his intent. I'm going to do a video, I think this week. I'm almost got it done about starting a YouTube channel after 70. And Larry and several people, and even myself, uh, it was our kids or grandkids or some relative that encourages to start. Larry's granddaughter, I think Granny Pat's granddaughter. Granny Pat, I love her channel, and she gets on her rambles about this, that, and the other thing. But she's always talking about her granddaughters that helped her get going or encouraged her to get going. And Granny's left me a couple of messages in my videos telling me about how her granddaughter, come on, grandma, you need to get online and share all your stories. So Granny Pat's, she's got hundreds of stories of life, and that's what she does. And she's got a lot of subscribers. People absolutely love her, and I love her too. So her personal brand is a sweet little, I was going to say old lady. I hate to use it like that. Let me see. A sweet, mature, gentle, loving lady. Lois Baird Rice, likewise. Sweet. I think she's 92. Sweet, wonderful. Now, Pop's Wisdom Talk, he's not so sweet, but he's a cool guy. He's the real deal. So I think, especially in the fourth quarter of our lives, the personal brand becomes it's us, how we come across on camera, and what we look like. And while I'm talking about it, let me get over here. I already had her up on the screen once, and she's one of my favorites. And that's simply Debbie Sue. Now look at Debbie's channel. Her face is in everything. February port swing. She mentioned me, I think, in this video. Little kitchen chat, desk chat. She posted a poem today. Here it is. When the daffodils dance. I mean, she doesn't follow a particular theme all the time, but she's so sweet on camera. I mean, and she's convincing. Why? Because she's sharing her perspective, her life. AI can't do that. AI could not produce that. It'd be some robotic old lady like the 103-year-old Mabel that I featured in another video, rambling on about how she eats and how I mean, she cusses in the video. How disgusting! I hang out with old people. All the old people, very few of them cuss that I hang out with. Come on. And those videos are perfect. Debbie leaves imperfections in. She does some editing, but we all leave those in. I think that's important. But Debbie is her brand. Her personal brand is simply Debbie Sue. Let's see what her description is. Welcome you all. Boy, does that ever identify her. Just a simple soul nestled in the heart of the Virginia mountains. He doesn't want you to go over there and sit on a porch with her with a cup of coffee or tea. Man, and yeah, I love this description. Slow and the stories run deep. What a great line. I love this line. You'll find me talking about all those little things that don't mean much, but somehow mean everything. I've used her description before to make several points. I think it's really critical. This is a great description, and from a great lady, and I'm very excited to know her. Oh man, I had to put up with Here's the problem with shooting in my living room. I'm gonna let you see. So here's my. See if I can make this happen. So here you go. I'm in my living room and I can't get it turned all the way around, but outside this morning, I got the gardeners. I have no choice when the gardeners show up. Ay, ay, ay. So yeah, I made a little studio in the corner of my living room. Nothing fancy, but it works for me. Try to get the camera straight. Am I crooked? Nah, I guess it's all right. Well, let me check over in the chat here and see what's going on. Simply that. Hi, Mike. Adventure. Oh, she's talking to the other people. Who cares about what I'm saying, right? I love it. Let's see if we got any cues in here. Nice group of folks in here. Nice to see everybody here. I'm not going to take the time to say hi to everybody this morning, uh, but just checking really quick to see if I got any questions. And I don't see any other than the one that I answered already. Let me walk you through something that is really important. I hope this will be meaningful for you. I may break this out of the chat. What was that there? Oh my word. Yeah. Old lady, you caught me, buddy. Hey, you're an old guy. Come on. Yikes. I'm in trouble today, man. I'm in trouble today. Yes, sir. I'm in trouble today. Let's see what this says. Do you have your login and password saved somewhere so if anything happens? Okay, I'm going to do a whole video on this. This is a great question. I'm partnering with my attorney. I have a patent trademark attorney, and he's setting up for me this year my trademark. I'm trademarking my face up here, this little thing there, and a couple of other things. But if you die, what happens to your channel? So I have spent a month researching this, and he's helped me out with it. It won't be legal advice, but there are ways. You'll see once in a while channels where obviously the creator of the channel has passed away and is no longer around. Those channels continue to live, and some of them that are monetized continue to make money. I want to answer the question in that video. How do you ensure that somebody is going to take over your channel when you die? And I got news for you. Unless you make the decision now, it's not going to help after you die. You have to set these things up ahead of time. You have to give access to your channel to someone as a legacy contact. And there is a way to do this through YouTube. You can also bring somebody in as a co-owner, co-moderator with your channel. I may share a little bit about that, but there are things that you need to do so that, let's say you have a monetized channel that's making $1,000 to $2,000 a month. You don't want that just to go back to YouTube and not receive that. So the creator of the channel, here I'm getting into talking about what I'm going to share. The creator of the channel needs to make it clear in their state or in their will what happens to their YouTube channel. That's step number one. And then specific instructions for your heirs on what to do about it, who to contact, how to reach out to YouTube, and how to establish your relationship to the deceased. All of those things have to be done ahead of time. But the first thing that you can do almost automatically is add somebody to your account that is a legacy contact in case you die. I don't have it on the top of my head on how to do that. No, of course I don't. But I will be sharing that. So I also have I have also made a folder that is not online that has all my passwords, all my contacts, all my bank accounts, all of those things, so that if I pass away, and I'm a lot closer to passing away than some of you are at 82. I mean, how much time have I got left? Maybe like some 111. Can you imagine me doing YouTube at 111? Oh, that'd be a hoot. Anyway, all of that stuff are things that need to be done now, no matter what age you are. So I will cover that in the future. Now I want to move on to. Well, let me check over here. See, I'm going to get an add-on to the. It's a chat add-on that'll make it a little easier for me to go through the chats and see what's going on. Because, yeah, it bounces around. I can't read it very well. Nah. Okay, let me move on a little bit. Oh, here's a question. It's Debbie says, are there any branding mistakes that you would warn creators about? Yeah, I think that overemphasis on a little bit of what I've let me share my screen up here a moment of my channel for a moment. So when I started out, my channel didn't quite look like this, but I think in the beginning, we can spend so much time getting a killer banner, spending money on getting, a branded identity of some kind. Remember, look back on Larry's channel, Retirement Survival. He doesn't have any of this. Uh, I think one of the problems is in the mistakes we make is focusing so much on what I would call corporate or business branding without personal branding. That's so good, I'm going to say it again. The biggest mistake is focusing on corporate kind of business branding and not personal branding. That's the whole purpose of Dane Walker's book is personal branding. uh, People come back to your channel because of you, not because of your banner, not because of your merch store. All of that's the result of your personal brand. So I think people that spend way more money and time developing what I would call personal branding. I think Larry's a great example of it. Granny Pat's another one. Lois Baird Rice, and none of these people that have thousands of subscribers have spent any time with channel branding. So don't spend, especially in the beginning, don't spend a lot of time on channel branding. Develop your own personal brand. Well, what's that? That's your personality. That's how you show up on camera. And Debbie, you're a great example of showing up on camera, being sincere and authentic. A lot of the people in the chat today are that way. I think personal brand has nothing to do with all these cosmetics, all this junk out here. This is all cosmetics. You can have the best branded channel and be producing rotten videos, you know, that don't have any meaning to them. Then that's your brand. Your brand is a non-meaning brand. Larry has a channel with no channel branding, but his personal brand is his identity, his authenticity, and the fact that all of his stories have meaning. Pops and Grandpa Chuck, so many of the people that I've become friends with, JB Beverly, all these guys and gals, when they tell stories, their stories have meaning. There's meaning to it. And I think that's what brings people back. That's really important. So let me get into a couple of things. We want to take one more time. Build up as you go. Yep, I agree with that. Here's a question. Any advice on getting monetized? Oh my word. Let me think for a moment. Any advice on getting monetized? Yeah, don't chase it. That's it. Develop your personal brand, develop a routine, get comfortable with YouTube, set a low benchmark, give yourself a year to get monetized. That's my advice. Now I got monetized in 9 weeks, but I got lucky. I got a viral. My fourth video was a viral video. Can you believe that? Fourth video, a viral video. Oh my word! And but it may have not been the best thing ever for me because all of a sudden it thrust me into an environment that I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't prepared for a viral video. I think it's best to be on YouTube for 5, 6 months, and then if you get a viral video, you'll probably be ready for it. Uh, the, it's too easy to look at a viral video and determine, man, I'm something. I'm cool, man. I got something to say. You know, and you may have nothing to say. The algorithm may just picked it up and people liked it because of the hat you wore. I don't know. So, uh, tips on getting monetized. Yeah, take it slow. Uh, produce great content. Bring your personality out. If you're doing a talking head or travel video or whatever, produce the best content that you have. If it's a faceless video, there's a lady today, loved her channel, and she's got AI generated images and all, but it's her voice behind it, and it's a beautiful channel. So whatever you're doing, spend your time developing your personal brand, and give yourself 6 months to a year. Don't worry about getting monetized. Okay, that's my advice, and I'm sticking to it. My word. Yeah, I did my banner in Canva. What's that last part? I haven't figured out how to make these stay on yet. As Popeye says, I am who I am. You got it, buddy. Here's another great channel. My intentional, what was it? My intentional what? Anyway, he's intentional, intentional a retired life. That's it. I love it because you guys are the people that I really want to reach. So let me share with you something that I'm going to encourage you to do, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. So this is a YouTube guy named Callaway. Some of you probably follow him. He drives me nuts sometimes, literally drives me nuts. But here's what I do. I read at least one book a week. I listen to one book a week. I follow 10 or 20 gurus. Callaway is one that I always look at what he's doing. And here's why. Now most of the big gurus like Callaway, he's going to his pitch is to make 6, 7 figure incomes. Now he's not pitching people in the fourth quarter of their life. But here's the deal. You can learn from these people. And he's got a video. Here it is. There's a video.
If you want your business to grow faster, there is nothing more valuable than a magnetic personal brand.
So there it is, a magnetic personal brand. I don't know if the audio was on for that. And he's got 4 main pillars to a magnetic personal brand. Well, that got my attention. I listened to the whole video. It's a fascinating video. Let me tell you what I did with it. And I'm going to encourage you to do this when it feels right. Let me see where have I got it. I got to get over to the more button and come on down here to the transcript, show transcript. So now you get the transcript over here. I copied the entire transcript of this guy's video, Callaway's video. I dropped it into AI. Now I use Chat GTP. Now here's how I use it. Now I did all, let me back up. I'm getting ahead of myself. Chat GTP has the dialogue and the text of all of my 100 plus videos. Now, I didn't use Chat GTP in the beginning, so I had to go back. And what I did, I went into every one of my videos and I did this. I got the transcript, I copied the entire transcript, I dropped it into Chat GTP, and I created a project. I had the paid version of it. I created a project where all of my historical content from my channel resides. What's the advantage to that? Well, I'm working on writing a book. Matter of fact, the book is done. I'm getting a ghostwriter to help me edit it and publish it. But what I did in writing the book, I said, hey, Chat GTP, I want to write a book using just my content. Don't go outside of my content. Use my content. Here's what I think I want to say. Here's some suggested ideas and chapters, and bring back to me what you think what would make sense based on my content. My word, I had 25 different chapters. I had so much it was overwhelming. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go over to this video, and I'm going to have it linked in the description once this goes live, is uploaded to the channel. Go over how to build a personal brand that's magnetic. Oh man, why do these people have to use this crap? There I am. I'm using it. Magnetic personal brand. Anyway, so I go over here. I copy this entire text. I dropped it in to Chat GTP. There's 4 pillars to the magnetic brand that he's talking about. And so in doing that, I asked Chat GTP to give me my magnetic brand based on the dialogue of Callaway's video, everything he said. Based on what he said, go back to all of my content that you have and give me a summation for me. And this is what I got. There you go. I got old Mike magnetic brand blueprint. My word, I think it's 13, 15 pages of it. And it took everything that Callaway said, matched it against where I was. I asked ChatGTP also to give me my weaknesses, my strengths, the gaps that I need to do. So it starts out here, my brand identity, the lane that I should own. It just walks down my audience statement. It goes down through a bunch of things based on what Callaway said. Give me the brand promise. I got 13. I haven't even read it all yet. It's very comprehensive. I think this is a great way to really find or help narrow your personal brand. If you want a magnetic personal brand, go listen to Callaway's video. Now, Mickey's going to get into the game. There's one other Daniel Priestley. This guy is really good. He produced a video today, this one here, before it's too late. This is a great video.
The age of the personal brand is in full swing. People are making millions, even billions of dollars by having a personal brand. We're seeing it everywhere. People with a personal brand can launch products, services, and businesses.
So he goes on to talk about what it means to have a personal brand, and some of his insights are really good. Matter of fact, I took notes on what he shared. I love it. And again, he's talking about people want to make 6, 7 figures, but I figure if I want to make 1 figure, maybe I can learn something from it. And here was a tip he had I really loved, and I actually did this one time. Let me get him off the screen here for a moment. Here's something you can do. I did this myself without realizing it. When I started my channel, I have an ottoman over here. You'll see it in some of my videos once in a while. I have an ottoman over here that must have 5,000 photographs. These were all the photographs from our family going back years, and these were all before the digital age. Now, Priestley suggests go back into your photos. Now, I use iCloud Photos, and I've got about 15,000 photos in my, oh my word, it's disgusting. Anyway, he says, go back into your photo app and find 10 stories. I think this is such a great plan. I did this with my regular non-digital photos. I just sat there for, matter of fact, 2 or 3 days, paged through all those photos. That's where I came up with the idea for my video on adoption story. It came up with my idea for my adapt story. Several different video ideas came out of simply going through, looking at videos, and coming up with a story for each one of those videos. If you've got regular photos laying around your house and you're searching for topics of what to do, I mean, this is a great plan. And go watch his video. I'll leave a link in the description for it. He's got some other insights that I think are really important. He's making the point. Not Yeah, Priestley makes the point that in the AI age, the only thing that's going to stand out is your shared story, your shared experience, your unique experience, rather. Let me put it that way. That's really what's important. Man, I've rambled on for 45 minutes here. Wow. So basically that's it. I just what a hoot that simply by doing this, you can come up with a 13-page blueprint, core emotional outcome. All these are all things that, based on uh taking Callaway's dialogue, dropping it into chat, and then asking it specifically to use that to match all of my content. Where am I falling short? Where do I need to improve? I mean, in the old days, you would hire a market researcher to charge you $5,000 to do something like that. I'm not kidding. It's ridiculous. So, all right, I spent so much time yakking away. Let's see if there was anything else I wanted to share here. I'm having fun with the screen sharing. Oh yeah, I want to mention Darren Strauss. Uh, Darren put out a video today, YouTube Studio.
YouTube CEO Neil Mohan recently called YouTubers the new star.
YouTube's the new Hollywood. She's got some insights in this video about branding that are very important. So I've provided a link in the description to Darren's video, Daniel Priestley's video, and then Callaway's video. I think those are all important. I'm a big fan, of course, most of you know, of Darren, and love what she's doing. Yes, go subscribe to her channel. Okay. Hey, aren't you really proud of me for getting the hang of the share of the screen? I almost look like I know what I'm doing. Holy camole. Okay, well, let's see. Tea with Debbie. Hey, Debbie, how you doing? Thanks for the live. You're welcome. I'm so glad that you're here today. Yes, I am. Catherine. Hey, Catherine. Glad you're here. CJ, or CL, Fantasy, CL, great channel. Just go through and say a couple of highs here. Drippets, great wisdom there, Mike. Thank you. I'm hoping that as I go forward, so my goal is what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to, March is sort of a test month for me to see how well that I can keep up the system. Most of you know that I continue to pastor a church, take care of my wife, full-time caregiver for her, and full-time caregiver for my nutty dog. Oh my word. Whoops. So see, I've just got to get this add-on for the chat, make it a little bit more sensible. Here's a good question. What are your thoughts on YouTube promotions? I don't do them. If you're talking about paid promotions, I do have a personal Facebook page, and I did have 3 fan pages on Facebook for the RV industry, for owners of RVs. I had a Class B, Class A, and Class C. They had about 200,000 members combined in those 3 channels. Kind of did that as a hobby. but you know, I paid for advertising for that. I don't believe in paid promotions for YouTube. I think it's better to go organic growth. Some say it hurts your channel. Some say it doesn't. I don't have an opinion one way or the other on that. But I think organic growth is probably the best way to go. And so, Barb's my little Brad Bards. I get the name messed up all the time. Yeah, Notebook LM. Maybe I'll come for you to help on that. I've been tempted with Notebook LM, and I have taken a look at it. Uh, this guy's got a great channel. Go check him out. The problem I have, you know, I've only got so much time and so much energy. It's taken me a month and a half just to figure out how to do live stream using Riverside. I'm pretty happy with it, but man, it was I got the dog and the lawnmower. Oh, what a day! The joys of YouTubers. But yeah, the Notebook LM looks pretty interesting for me. I've got it on my list, but I probably won't get to it for another month or so. I have watched a bunch of videos about it, and it really does seem to be extremely powerful. So I definitely will take a look at it. I'm struggling to build my channel. You and Rob the Maritimer give me hope. Well, I love Rob the Maritimer, and uh, he, you know, he's been around for a long time. I think the current channel he's got 6, 7 years, but he's been doing this for 15 years or so. So his and my experience come from different places, and of course we're different ages, right? Uh, I love the way Rob thinks and the way he's got his setup. I hope to have a stream deck soon and another camera and a bunch of other stuff. But you know, he's down to earth. He does his walking videos. Oh man, I could never do a walking video because I don't walk that well. Uh, I use my kettlebells around the house, but if I have to walk very far, I use a walker. I use my dash motor scooter. I could do videos on my scooter, I suppose. But I don't know. Let's see. Other than YouTube AdSense, what other ways do you recommend for a channel? Safety first, coffee second. Thanks. I love your channel, by the way. I did a video on this, of course, how I make $1,000 a month. Basically, it's going to the easiest way is with affiliates. If you the Amazon affiliate, the Buy Me a Coffee, I've got both of those. Uh, they don't bring in a lot of money. Amazon is up and down, but I've made as last December my Amazon payout was almost 2 grand, $1,850, I think. That's because once you get in the Amazon program, you know how that works. They have a 24-hour cookie deal. So if somebody, let's say you go into my description here, I've got a link to the 90-day brand. You click on that, you go buy the book, but then you go buy a MacBook Mini. Afterwards, within that 24 hours, I get credit for the MacBook Mini as well as the pennies I get in the book. So that's a real advantage. Once you're in the program, you also, depending on what your sales level are, they give you bonuses and other things to jump through the hoops. But I probably average between 200 and 500 a month through Amazon. And as you know, if you watch my videos, I don't promote it. I don't promote my Buy Me a Coffee, you know. Go buy me a coffee. I don't promote it. I did in my first earlier videos, but I average $100, $200 a month from Buy Me a Coffee. Uh, those are the two obvious ones that are easy to start with. I can't think of the third one right now. That's the problem. When you get to 82, you can remember two things. You can't remember three things. I do have sponsorships. I did a separate video on those. I'm not big on sponsorships. I made some decent money from them, but man, the amount of work that I put into it, honestly, I got to tell you, the amount of work I put on to those sponsors, even though I got paid $20,000 over 2025, I probably made five bucks an hour or less. I mean, they're a headache, you know. But I do have one product I'm gonna do for free just because I love it. I just rather do that. Sponsorships for me are probably too much work as much as I enjoyed doing them. But buy me a coffee, Amazon affiliate, those are the two obvious ones that are easy to do. And why can't I think of the third one? Here's the where'd the video go? Here it is. This is the video here. Months ago at 80 years old, that was one. Let me see what this says here. These are the people I. Oh, okay, merch. That was probably it. Uh, I do have my merch store. Obviously, you can tell I've got my merch store, right? I don't make a lot of money from that. I go seasonally. Around the holiday time, I sold all kinds of coffee cups and shirts and whatever, and then nothing, you know. So I got a bunch of you guys out there running around with that stuff. But go watch this video. This is how I make $1,000 a month on YouTube part time. Maybe that will help and answer that question. Okay. Let's see. I told organic growth the best way. To me, promotion seems like cheating, no disrespect. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Uh, it can be a really misnomer. In your ministry experience, is there a theme or topic line you'd suggest for the Bible in this AI world these days? Let me see who that is again. The Mrs. Robertson. Um, so I do have a channel that has my sermons on it from my church. I don't give it out very often, and it's mainly just for my church and family and friends. I watch a lot of Christian videos, Bibles. I think one of the things is here it is. Let me answer that this way. I think it's an important question. Uh, and it has to do with personal brand. The way I read the Bible, now I believe there is a divine interpretation that's the right interpretation of the Bible. None of us probably have it. God has it right. But I think my take on how I approach my faith, how I approach to life, is going to be different than other people. My personal habits, my personal disciplines, the way that I integrate the Bible into my life is different than someone else. It'll be unique to you. I think this is important uh, and deal with limited. Oops, went to the wrong one. Thought I was going back. Uh, hey JB, you're here. Let me finish answering this. I think it's important that you can stand out by a combination of your personality, your lived experience, and how you're living it now. That's my best advice. You can see what others are doing well and not doing well, but I think that's really important. I don't know if that answered the question or not. I have to think about it some more. JB, what advice can you give people who sink a lot into the YouTube and deal with limited growth or underperforming videos? Well, you sign up for a boxing match. I think that would help. That's an inside joke. I'm sorry. Only JB and I'll get that. What advice can you give people who sink a lot into YouTube and deal with limited growth? Well, let me think about that for a while. I would say the majority of the people that comment on my videos probably fit that. And one of the ways I can tell, somebody will make a comment on one of my videos. I'll go look at their channel. First thing I do is look at their oldest video. I take a look at that. Then I look at their newest video. Now, if they've only been on for a week or a month or 2 months, 6 months, whatever, or even 10 years, this works. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the secret I found out. Here it is. I looked at somebody's channel the other day. I was heartbroken. They had the same kind of thing that JB, the question he's asking, which is a great question. They'd been on YouTube for a year. They hadn't grown, didn't have very many subscribers. So I looked at their very first video, and then I looked at their latest video. Other than some cosmetic changes, moving out of their back closet to video into a living room setting and upgrading a mic and a camera, the videos and what was said and shared on those videos had not improved over the year of those videos. I think the best advice that I heard, I applied it early on, was try to get 1% better. Some of you have been following my live streams. I have not done a lot of them. I'm going to do one a month in March on the every Monday. And I was doing one a month before that. And I mean, I started YouTube Studio, man, it was terrible, you know, and I fumbled around and this, that. But here's the deal. I'm not fumbling around anymore, right? I invested in some software, got Riverside. It's not perfect yet. I'm still learning it. I had fun with it today. I hope you enjoyed it. And, but it breaks my heart to go to a channel when somebody is saying, and if this is you, I don't mean this personally, I mean to encourage you. Go look at your oldest video and look at your most recent video, or look at a video from, let's say, 4 months ago. Hang on. My leg's going to sleep. Go look at one of your videos from make sure I didn't turn my sound off by accident. Sometimes that happens. Now it looks like it's oop. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's on. Hang on. Bear with me.